Welcome back to my channel and a very special welcome if you're new here. My name is Jen. I'm a certified weight loss and nutrition coach who has lost and maintained a 140-pound weight loss. And today we're going to talk about 11 foods to really limit if you're on a weight loss journey. Some people may say to avoid these foods. I don't believe in restricting, eliminating any food or food group. These 11 foods should not be consumed on a regular basis if you're trying to reach your weight loss goals. We're going to talk about why, and I'm going to give you some alternatives. So if you're excited, give this video a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not. Turn your bell on because I upload new videos every Tuesday and Thursday. Down in the description box, I will have nutrition coaching. Highly recommend those personalized macros and calories. That is what I calculate. That is what I followed to lose my 140 pounds, as well as one-on-one coaching for questions, accountability, or to talk with me directly. Links, discounts to my favorite healthy things are also down in that description box. So let's talk about 11 foods that we should really limit on a weight loss journey and why. Like I said, I don't restrict or eliminate any food or food group. I follow the 80-20 approach, 80% whole real food, 20% fun food, and these particular foods will fall in that fun food category. I'm going to tell you why these should be limited, and I'm gonna give you some healthy options to replace these foods with to make weight loss much easier. Certain foods are high in sugar, refined carbs, and fat, yet low in essential nutrients like protein and fiber. This can make weight loss more difficult and have other adverse side effects. So let's jump right into food number one, and this is going to be French fries or potato chips. These are really high in calories and fat and really offer zero nutritional value. What you can replace these with is other types of potatoes like sweet potatoes, boiled potatoes. Have a good baked potato. Just be mindful of potatoes that are fried. Number two, sugary drinks. When we consume calories in liquid form, our body and our brain don't connect the same way as when we actually consume food. So oftentimes people will drink a lot of sugary drinks and still eat the same amount of food that they eat normally because the drinks are not keeping them full and satisfied, and that can take you out of a calorie deficit for weight loss and oftentimes put you in a calorie surplus, which leads to weight gain. Here's some alternatives, things you can consume instead of sugary drinks. Flavored water, naturally sweetened kombucha, unsweetened tea, and black coffee. Kombucha also contains prebiotics and probiotics, which are great for gut health, and gut health is important for weight loss. Number three, white bread. Now, I'm not saying that you can't have bread. I'm going to give you some good bread alternatives, but white bread truly has zero nutritional value. One of the main reasons is there's zero fiber in white bread. And whenever we're consuming a carbohydrate, if it has fiber, and better yet, fiber and protein, it's going to slow the digestion in our body, and it's actually going to slow or eliminate that blood sugar spike. When we eat white bread, because there's no protein and there's no fiber, it immediately causes that blood sugar spike and just doesn't keep us as full and satisfied. So some bread alternatives are things like Ezekiel bread, which is made from sprouted grains and legumes, whole grain bread, and whole wheat bread. And of course, if you have a gluten allergy, you're going to want to make sure that you find a gluten-free bread that also contains some fiber and better yet, some protein. Number four may seem a little obvious, and this is going to be things like candy bars. In this little tiny package, you've got a lot of sugar, a lot of saturated fat, and refined oils. They can be 200 to 300 or more calories, and because it's just a lot of refined sugars and carbohydrates, it's not going to keep you full and satisfied. Some things that you can consume instead of candy bars are fresh fruit, nuts, yogurt parfaits, homemade granola, or trail mix with minimal additives. You can still get the salty sweet from more whole food. Number five is some fruit juices. Now, all fruit juice isn't created equal. There's a lot of juices out there that actually don't have any added sugar. There's some that we want to be a little bit more mindful of. Sometimes juice can have as many calories, as much sugar, sometimes even more sugar than regular soda. And what happens with juice in general is when it's made into juice, the fruit, it is stripped of all of its fiber. And the fiber, again, is what slows the digestion in your body and prevents or slows that blood sugar spike. That is removed out of most juices. And if you're going to have juice, look for one without added sugar and limit it to about 4 ounces per serving. Number six, this one may be a little obvious too, and this is pastries, cookies, and cakes. These foods are not very satisfying, so you typically become pretty hungry quickly after consuming them, again, because they have very little nutrient value, no protein, no fiber to speak of. Portion sizes when it comes to baked goods. It doesn't mean you can't have them, you just can't have the whole cake. You can have a small slice of cake every once in a while. Again, that 80-20 approach. 80% whole real food, 20% fun food. Cakes, cookies, pastries, this falls in the fun food category. You can reach for things like dark chocolate, fruit, trail mix, or chia pudding to satisfy that sweet tooth. And remember, fruit is great to satisfy a sweet tooth. And again, you've got that fiber, which slows that digestion and that blood sugar spike. Number 7, some types of alcohol, specifically beer. Alcohol actually provides more calories than it does carbs and protein. Alcohol is one of the #1 causes of weight gain. What is recommended is, as a female, you should consume no more than 1 alcoholic beverage per day, and women no more than 2. If you are consuming more than this can automatically lead to weight gain even without changing your diet. If you're trying to lose weight, my recommendation would be to cut out alcohol completely. I personally have not had any alcohol for almost 3 years now. I don't miss it at all. It's really empty calories. There's 7 calories per gram of alcohol, which is more than there is in carbohydrates and protein. And it's just truly empty calories that typically leads to weight gain. We know where the term bare belly came from. That is an absolute truthful thing. Number 8, this is a little sad, and this is going to be ice cream. It's really high in calories for a very small amount, and there's a lot. And when I say a lot of saturated fat and sugar, I mean a lot. A small portion of ice cream every now and then is just fine, but there are so many healthier ice cream options on the market. My recommendation would be Yasso. Yasso makes ice cream bars and little poppables. They're delicious. They even have chocolate covered ones, like dipped in chocolate with candy on the outside. This is a much better option because it's made with Greek yogurt, so there's less sugar and there's some protein, which again is going to help keep you full and satisfied. Another thing you can do is make nice cream, which is basically blended bananas. There's a lot of alternatives out there to traditional ice cream, and if you are an ice cream lover, another thing you can substitute is gelato. Gelato has a lot less calories and a lot less fat, is much lighter, but you still get all of the ice cream vibes. Number 9, this one broke my heart because this is one of my favorite foods. Pizza's high in calories. It's made with processed carbohydrates, processed flour, and oftentimes highly processed meats. If you love pizza as much as I do, you can make it at home. That way you can control what's going into your pizza. A big Weight Watchers hack is to make 2-ingredient dough, and I'll tell you, it doesn't taste any different than normal pizza dough, and you simply mix self-rising flour with non-fat Greek yogurt together until you get a dough consistency, roll it out, and you have a pizza crust that actually has some protein, no fat. Of course, it has refined flours in it, but it's a much better alternative than Domino's or Pizza Hut. You can also make pizzas out of pita bread or whole grain bread. There's a lot of things that you can do if you can make the pizza at home. And you can also limit the amount of processed meats that you're putting on there. Maybe you get a ham steak and slice that up instead, or maybe you cook up some chicken, shred it or dice it and put it on your pizza. There's nothing wrong with pizza. There's not even anything wrong with going out for pizza. You just want to limit the going out and make it a little bit more at home. That really goes for most of your meals on a weight loss journey. The more you make it home, the better off you are. Number 10 kind of goes hand in hand with sugary drinks, and this is high calorie coffee drinks. Now, I can fall victim to this because I am a major coffee lover. I'm actually drinking a protein coffee right now, and I do love a good Starbucks coffee, but I do limit the amount that I consume because, again, it's empty calories. A lot of those sugary coffees are extremely high in sugar, oftentimes more than soda. Really stick with black coffee if you can. If not, then make sure that what you're putting into your coffee isn't giving you a lot of empty calories and a lot of added sugar. I actually did a video, I'll link it for you, of the Starbucks fall menu, making it healthier, because those are some of the worst drinks when it comes to sugar. Same with the Christmas menu. So I'll link that video if you want some alternatives. I also have shared a few of my favorite coffee drinks over on Instagram. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, come follow me. I have a few reels on some of my lower calorie, lower sugar coffee options. And number 11 is foods high in added sugar. A lot of added sugar can lead to things like diabetes, obesity, and even liver disease. Some foods that you may not even know that have a lot of sugar that you should be leery of are foods like sugary breakfast cereals, granola bars, and low-fat flavored yogurt. Really be mindful of low-fat, fat-free foods, because oftentimes in order for them to taste good, because they've stripped them of all of the fat, they add a lot of sugar to make it taste good. So be mindful of that. Always check your ingredient label. When you're looking at the nutrition label, you're going to see where it says total sugars and where it says added sugars. You want the added sugars line to be 0 or very, very minimal of the total sugars. For example, things like yogurt, even non-fat plain Greek yogurt is going to have sugar, because that is what is going to show their sugar on the sugar line because that's naturally in yogurt, but the added sugar is 0. So that's what we want to be mindful of. Always check your nutrition labels and watch for that sneaky added sugar, especially in diet foods. So what's the bottom line of today's video? If you're trying to lose weight, the foods that you consume obviously have a very big impact on that. And like I said, you don't have to restrict or eliminate anything. You just need to be mindful of portions. And remember, you're going to get less cake than you are broccoli. You can still eat the cake, you just have to eat it less often and less of it, where you can consume broccoli every single day. So it's just about balancing out your food choices, being mindful of portions, watching those ingredient labels. And again, like I said, following the 80-20 rule is a really great way to not only lose weight, to keep it off long term and have it be sustainable for you. This is what I followed. I have maintained my 140-pound weight loss for almost 2 years now, and I strictly follow that 80-20 approach. Like I said, I eat pizza pretty regularly, and that falls in that 20% category. Again, be mindful, watch your portions, but you don't have to not eat food. You don't have to eliminate anything when you're trying to reach your weight loss goals. Let me know down below which one of these surprised you and what other options do you have? What are some alternatives you have to some of these higher calorie foods? Let us know down below. And if you enjoyed the video and found it helpful, give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not, turn your bell on because I upload new videos every Tuesday and Thursday. Down in that description box, I will have nutrition coaching, get your macros and calories done, know what you should be eating to reach your weight loss goals, as well as one-on-one coaching and links and discounts to my favorite healthy things. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.